So if you haven't seen it recently, the newest thing that's going around TikTok is people are seeing the moon opening up. Like it looks like a door opening up on the moon, becoming a black spot, like a big black spot in the middle of the moon. And I gotta say, like, one movie that I've become recently very interested in is that movie Moonfall. If you've ever seen it, it's where they figure out that the moon is actually hollow, and it's like an advanced species, like an advanced human species built the moon so that our planet could thrive and survive the way that it does. But essentially it's hollow on the inside. And then if you remember, during the moon landing, they said that when they landed on the moon, and this is just for entertainment purposes, this is just us schmoozing, and thank you, just leave us on TikTok, please. Please, let us think. They said that it rang like a bell. Like it rang like it was hollow. And then if you also look at the moon, it's covered with, you know, these comet strikes or these asteroid strikes where the moon's been hit by random space junk. And they all end at a certain point. Like if you look at the craters on Earth, it goes all the way down based on how big the comet or the asteroid was, right? Whatever hit the planet, it goes that far down. But on the moon, it only goes to a certain depth. So like there are bigger, wider ones and smaller ones, but they only go so deep. Like there is something that's just rock hard or like metal under the surface. Like it's covered in all this moon dust, but it's almost like it's a shell. I don't know. Maybe it's nothing. Could be nothing. But I'm just saying it seems a lot more recently. You know, before people were saying that the moon was missing a lot of the times when it was supposed to be there. Is it a possibility at this point, with everything coming out, that the moon was built by an advanced species so that our planet could thrive the way that it does? Maybe. I'm just saying, I'm gonna probably go watch that movie Moonfall again. Seems a lot more interesting now. Okay, love you, bye.
Trying to tell you, secret societies, they control the news, they control the media, they control the weather.
Dude, I'm telling you guys, it's not a fucking person, bro. Look.
What the fuck is that? That's a hiker.
No, it's not, bro. That's not a person.
That's way bigger than a fucking hiker, bro.
Bro, that's not. Oh, fuck, it just disappeared.
Oh, shit.
What the fuck?
Where'd you just go, bro?
Nope.
What the fuck is this?
I don't know, I'm not an expert. Nah, what is it?
What is this, Taco Bell? My boy, what are you doing to us? What is this, Taco Bell?
I told him to post it. He's going to talk about for free.
Oh no. What is this, Taco Bell? Is it in the little tacos? No. You did me dirty, Taco Bell. What is this?
The glaze.
It's just...
Kendall
Somebody in the comments say, man, they circumcised the chicken. Nah, for real though. Y'all, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Koozie back at you with another hot TikTok reaction video. Y'all don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel so you'll be notified whenever I drop some new hot content that you definitely don't want to miss. People think these conspiracy videos be funny and stuff until the stuff becomes true. Then they want to know, man, what else do you know? And they're ready to awaken to what's really going on in the world.
Her birthday cake. If you know, you know.
So I've noticed that.
Now, I hope y'all get that, man. You know, they got milk commercials and they got milk. I ain't gonna say the commercials. They got milk cartons. you know, on the back, and they got the kids on the back say they missing and stuff, and they got those celebrities saying "got milk" with the mustaches. It's symbolism for what? Man, I shouldn't have to, you know what I'm saying, just put it all out there for you. You know, you gotta do some work yourself sometimes. Like, come on, man. It's symbolism for maybe they're consuming them. That's all I'm gonna say.
There's a lot of people on here saying that this storm is not going to hit Florida. Please do not believe them. If you live in Florida, make sure that you are preparing for a major hurricane. And I can tell you, with everything that's coming in, all of the information, all of the tracks, everything, the high pressure system that's coming in, it is going to be steered right into us. Now, can't specifically say exactly where it's going to make landfall, but the majority of the tracks are saying that it's going to be south of Tampa. There's a couple going north of Tampa, but the majority is like heading in damn near right into Fort Myers. That's where the center line is. They have some tracks going a little bit south, some tracks going a little bit north, but the assumption is middle grounded, so it's damn near right into Fort Myers, from what I'm seeing from the National Hurricane Weather Services. You know, I've seen some tracks bringing it north of Tampa, just right north of Tampa. And I can tell you right now, if that's the case, and this storm is a Category 3, a Category 4, or even possibly a Category 5 hurricane, and if it makes a track just north of Tampa, Tampa's going to be fucked. Just like Milton, it would have been so screwed. And this thing is going to come up the coast and then go in. Just this is very stressful for Floridians because we have been through it, and we don't want to have to go through it again. But I'm telling you, as a Floridian, you guys need to prepare for this one now. Because once they start, I'm telling you, once they start pulling in them track models, once they start pulling in them forecast intensity models, people are going to start scrambling. And then you see how fast everything goes. So please take this, run with it, go to the store, get what you need to get, and get prepared. Because Sarah is coming. Love you guys.
Like, who's that? What?
Who's that? Who is that?
This?
It's nice to be an alien. And it forces me.
I don't know. Could you understand?
So I'm outside on some.
No. Could that be one of the aliens that they say is out here loose in the world? Or is it something else? Something much more sinister? Let me know what you think down below in the comment section. What's really going on out here? And why would Putin put that out to the world to see?
Beautiful night looking up here at the moon with my camera, and I want to show you guys something pretty interesting. With this long zoom camera, whenever you zoom in on the moon, look at all the detail that you can see. And they tell us that the moon is 238,000 miles away. But they also say the furthest we can travel is in low Earth orbit. So tell me, if we can only travel in low Earth orbit and the moon is 238,000 miles away, tell me how we went to the moon in the first place. And tell me how we can see so much detail if it's supposedly that far away. It's because it's not that far away. It's in the firmament. You've been lied to your whole life. Wake up to the truth.
Does anyone want to tell me how in 1927 Universal Studios came up with this picture of the world, when the first picture of the world wasn't available until the 1960s through NASA? Almost 40 years later? How did Universal Studios know that this is what the world looked like? Especially from space, when we hadn't been to space yet. Does anyone know? Anyone want to guess?
When she's 10.
That's ball. False deep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119
Wow. This is probably the biggest debris pile I've seen so far. Wow. Hey guys, Chronicles Olivia. I'm here to show you devastation outside of Burns. Look at this car right here. This area is a grave site. Why? So people are literally disintegrated. People will never be found. Yeah. The deadliest.
Tsunami.
Yeah, it literally was a tsunami out here. I've seen this house all over my TikTok For You page.
Mentally unstable. Just think about how many people, you know, that became or that was unanswered for. You know, that's all I'm gonna pity. Is if y'all read the captions. Think about this, man. That's gonna be one haunted place, man. After that, because those people were done bad out there. Very bad.
Or fragile, don't watch this one. So I've made a lot of videos about organoid intelligence in the past. That's where you take human brain cells and grow them in a petri dish and then use a computer to train them just like AI. They're actually more powerful than AI in that they learn quicker and are more energy efficient, but there are huge ethical concerns with them because they have similar brain activity to a premature baby. And there's a lot of people out there that object to these because there's a decent amount of evidence that they're conscious, just like a person. I recently posted a company called Final Spark, and they actually have something called Neural Platform where you can rent out essentially server space on these organoid brains. So you can pay for them to do things for you. This is a live stream of the organoid brain computers that you can rent out, but there's something way more concerning on their website, and that's this simulation which the brains are fed sensory data from so that they can feel everything the butterfly feels and control it to like fly around. The reason why that's terrifying is there's a good chance the brains, if they are conscious, just believe they are that butterfly, because when they're not in use by someone purchasing their computational power, they just fly around and exist in that simulation. And you probably already see where I'm going with this, but if this is possible, you could make a pretty good case that we are just organoid brains somewhere and this is a simulation that we're in. And maybe like when you daydream or just fall asleep, that's someone using your consciousness to do something else. I don't know, but crazy to think about.
The Quantum Veil Conspiracy. The government has been working in secret with extraterrestrial beings not to study alien life, but to maintain a fragile truce with entities from other dimensions. Entities we have historically called demons. These entities are actually highly evolved interdimensional beings that feed on human emotional energy, particularly fear and despair. Layer 1, the fake alien narrative. The global rise in UFO sightings and disclosure of alien contact by government agencies like the Pentagon is part of an elaborate smokescreen. While alien life does exist, the government has been using the alien narrative as a cover to hide their dealings with beings from parallel dimensions. The aliens people see are actually advanced drones or holograms designed to deflect attention from these darker truths. Layer 2, the interdimensional harvest. These demonic beings operate on a frequency just beyond human perception, accessible only through certain technology or altered states of consciousness. They harvest human emotional energy, which they need to survive. Wars, pandemics, and mass tragedies aren't just unfortunate accidents, but orchestrated events designed to generate this energy on a global scale. The governments of the world, in exchange for advanced knowledge and technology, allow this energy harvesting to take place. Layer 3, quantum computing and the veil. Quantum computers, such as those developed by companies like Google and D-Wave, aren't just for scientific breakthroughs. They are keys to piercing the dimensional barrier known as the quantum veil. Through these computers, the government communicates with these entities, negotiating the terms of their treaties. However, every use of this technology weakens the barrier between dimensions. risking a catastrophic breach where these entities could flood into our reality unchecked. Layer 4, the real reason behind global censorship. The rise of global surveillance and censorship isn't just about controlling misinformation. It's about silencing those who uncover the interdimensional agenda. Whistleblowers who come too close are discredited or disappear because the truth about this alien-demon alliance would cause mass panic. Additionally, the entities demand that humanity remains largely ignorant of their existence because awareness dilutes the effectiveness of their energy harvesting. Why it all makes sense. 1. Unexplainable advancements. The rapid leaps in technology, especially quantum computing and AI, could be attributed to knowledge gifted by these beings. 2. Global coordination. The unusual level of secrecy and coordination between rival nations hints at a larger, shared purpose beyond politics. 3. Historic parallels. Ancient civilizations spoke of beings who fed on human fear, like the Archons in Gnosticism. This narrative aligns with historical texts, but reinterprets them scientifically. 4th, psychological evidence. Human emotional energy and its measurable effects on the environment, like mass meditations reducing crime, suggest that consciousness might play a role in this interdimensional exchange. What they don't want you to know. The aliens we're preparing to welcome might actually be interdimensional predators. Large-scale tragedies could be less about power and more about feeding unseen entities. The push for AI isn't just about automation, it's about building a bridge for these beings to interface directly with our reality.
About this, but if you look at ancient civilizations, and history is my thing.
Yes.
All ancient cultures tell the same bare bones of the ancient stories. They all talk about the pantheon of the gods. They may have different names, but they're describing the same gods.
Mm-hmm.
These are cultures that never met each other. They lived in different parts of the world, and they all tell stories about giants, monstrous giants and beasts, monstrous beasts. And again, these were cultures who didn't even know each other, but they all had this echo of the same story. And so when the giants mingled with the animals then gave birth to monstrous creatures. And all of these giants and monstrous beasts just devoured everything that moved. And in fact, we're told in the book of Enoch, and we're told in the book of the giants, that the giants ate so much of the produce of man that there was not much left to eat. So they began to eat people. They began to turn and eat one another. They practiced cannibalism and the drinking of blood. And that is the reason why, when Noah came off the ark, God strangely gave the first law. You cannot drink blood. Now, what a weird law,
right,
to give when you just leave the ark. But Noah, just a year earlier, came from a culture where they were eating flesh and drinking blood and practicing cannibalism.
Adrenochrome
and
is
God
a
said,
sin.
we're never going to go back there again. Let's not go back there. No more drinking of blood. It was a reference to what the giants and the monsters were doing. This was a reality. All mythology has its roots in a real story.
Wow.
In Genesis chapter 6.
So even when we talk about the demigods and characters like Hercules and others.
That's all rooted in reality.
All giants and
the ancient world was not stupid. They were not primitive. They formed geometry, science, logic. They built things we can't even build today.
We don't even know how they did it.
These were brilliant people.
The pyramids.
And they were not just worshiping things they made up in their imagination. They remembered when these celestial beings came out of the heavens. And just imagine, Alan, if you were living at that time and suddenly all these celestial beings came out of the heavens, I mean, you would be tempted to worship them.
Yeah.
And people just availed themselves to these beings, and this mixture began.
My Department of Education will inform states and school districts that if any teacher or school official suggests to a child that they could be trapped in the wrong body, they will be faced with severe consequences, including potential civil rights violations for sex discrimination and the elimination of federal funding. As part of our new credentialing body for teachers, we will promote positive education about the nuclear family, the roles of mothers and fathers, and celebrating rather than erasing the things that make men and women different and unique. I will ask Congress to pass a bill establishing that the only genders recognized by the United States government are male and female, and they are assigned at birth. The bill will also make clear that Title IX prohibits men from participating in women's sports, and we will protect the rights of parents from being forced to allow their minor child to assume a gender which is new and an identity without the parents' consent. The identity will not be new, and it will not be without parental consent. No serious country should be telling its children that they were born with the wrong gender, a concept that was never heard of in all of human history. Nobody's ever heard of this, what's happening today. It was all when the radical left invented it just a few years ago. Under my leadership, this madness will end.
I have some cool new updates.
Hold up, man. That's facts, man. That's what needs to be done. He's doing the right thing, man. What they say was right is right, and what's wrong is wrong. Man, hey, to each their own, but man, you do what you want to do as an adult, man. When you're a kid, don't force it on the kids, man. Kids should not have that type of activity and those type of agendas forced upon them. It's crazy how he has to come in and reverse what Biden and his people messed up, man. That's crazy. Every time he come in the White House, he coming in fixing some bull or coin that somebody else messed up. And he got to come in and make it right again with real morals and principles, man. That is crazy, man. You could tell who's against the people, who isn't, man. I don't care what nobody say.
The Space Hotel, which is being said to now open in 2027. The official name for the hotel is going to be Voyager Station, and if that isn't something out of a science fiction movie, then I don't know what is. It is being set to accommodate 280 guests while also accommodating 112 crew members. The physics involved with sleeping in a space hotel is similar to spinning water in a bucket. Much how one can spin a bucket full of water while keeping the water inside the bucket, the gravity on this space hotel is going to work the same way. This makes staying in rooms, going to bars and restaurants possible. The team plans to have traditional space food such as freeze-dried ice cream and pizza and all that type of stuff. There's also going to be recreational activities such as weightless basketball, which I think is so fun. People will be able to soar through the air playing basketball because of the reduction of gravity on the ship. As of right now, they're not really giving the cost of how much staying in the space hotel will be, but I'm guessing it is going to be a lot.
Beat it. Man, if that don't sound like something out of a sci-fi movie, then I don't know what it is. It kind of gives me Moonfall vibes in a way.
I want to know how you, as a woman, feel about overpopulation in the world and its relation to polluting the environment.
How does Yoko feel about overpopulation? As a woman, I believe.
Yeah. Well, I think the problem is not overpopulation as people believe it to be, but it's more of the balance of things. What, like food, some part of the world there's wastage of food, and in some parts, nobody has food. That kind of a balance, if that is solved, I don't think we would be worried so much about overpopulation.
I think it's a bit of a joke the way people have made this overpopulation thing into a kind of myth. I don't really believe it, I think whatever happens will balance itself out and work itself out. It's all right for us all living saying, oh, well, there's enough of us, so we won't have any more. Don't let anybody else live. I don't believe in that. I think we've got enough food and money to feed everybody. And I think the natural balance, even though old people will last longer, I'm sure there's enough room for us, and some of them can go to the moon anyway.
You mean you think there's enough if it were
I don't believe overpopulation, I think that's just a kind of myth that the government has thrown out to keep your mind off Vietnam and Ireland and all the important subjects.
Oh, I think you're wrong about that.
Oh, I don't care.
Guys, check out this amazing video of what looks like some type of unknown creature. People all over the internet, social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, people are saying that this is an extraterrestrial being that has the capabilities of cloaking. Some are calling it an interdimensional being. Others are saying it's a demonic creature. But this was literally spotted on a Ring doorbell camera in Long Island, New York. The homeowner since then has reached out to a couple of social media asking what we think about this. So I decided to share the video with TikTok And I want you guys to let me know what you guys think this is. Is this some type of android, robotic alien slash extraterrestrial gray, or a interdimensional creature? What do you guys think this is? Please comment below. Don't forget to repost, support the page.
Man, they definitely was talking in code, man. Don't fall for the boo-boo, man.
Actually, if you fall down and get a boo-boo on your knee, 3 days later it's gonna scab up. After that scab, you're gonna pick it off. After it picks off, your skin gonna be discolorated for what, another 3 to 4 days, and then it's gonna be like this scab never exists. Did anybody have a hand in that process? Did you have to go and get some pharmaceutical drugs? No, you didn't. Only thing, you probably put a band-aid on there because that's what we've been conditioned to do. But notice that scar healed by itself. So if the outside tissues of my body that's made of cells can regenerate themselves, then what about the inside and my internal organs or my eternal organs? Shouldn't they be able to do the same thing and go through the same process? Absolutely. So we have to just break it down on a literal level like that. If my scab can heal itself from me having a boo-boo or me falling, then that means your insides can do that as well. What they need to know is how to assist the body in detoxification and how to assist the body in healing. The best way is to eat according to your biological.
Hey guys, Florida is wild. Let me tell you about these wildlife here, guys. Seriously. First off, legend has it about this boat, gators did it, guys. Gators did it. But not only that, this is the St. John River, where it flows north, where there's bull sharks in here, guys. Bull sharks and alligators. Alligators on that side because it's Lake Jessup, one of the most viral lakes with 13,000 alligators in it. And then you got bull sharks over here, guys. Look it up. It's true. In the St. John River, it's brackish water. Not only that, there's sea otters in here, guys. There's otters. Did you know there's otters in the Florida waters, guys? And then there's bears right here. Central Florida. There's 450 black bears, guys. 450 black bears right here in Central Florida, guys. Look at this shipwreck. You don't want to be him. Not only that, check this out, guys. There's monkeys. There's truly brown monkeys, guys, that they say carry herpes. Central Florida, look it up. Ocala National Forest, guys. Ocala National Forest. Brown herpes-filled monkeys, guys. And listen, not only that, the Florida panther. How can you miss the Florida panther, guys? Man, it's almost like I'm in Africa here or the Amazon. Seriously, with all this wildlife, guys. But these two water waves are wild. Lake Jessup, 13,000 alligators. St. John River, bull sharks, guys. They meet. This is where they cross-pollinate right here. This is where they talk to each other. Absolutely wild, guys. Monkeys, otters, alligators, bears, oh my. Bull shark, which is one of the most vicious of the shark family. And you find them right here in these water waves, guys. And look at, it's flooded. It's flooded. Check this out. Can't even swim. No swimming in here, guys. You cannot swim in these waters. They say no swimming. No one's boating. No one boats out here, guys. No one's fishing. You'll never see anyone fishing out here, guys. You do come out here at night, just give it about a half hour. We're at dusk right now. Give it a half hour. Gator eyes. Boom. Sharks in the waters. Absolutely wild. Anyways, I thought I'd show you, Kate.
The right of self-defense everywhere it is under siege, and I will sign concealed carry reciprocity.
Another thing he's doing, he's making sure that we can conceal carry throughout the whole United States. This is just what's happening. So many things he's doing in a week. Digital Bill of Rights for content creators, free college education, policies for the people, where we talk to politicians online. And now this.
Your Second Amendment does not end at the state line.
So, giving us more power, not taking our rights away, giving us more. He said throughout his presidency, I'm returning power back to you. Now, for the younger kids out there, we conceal carry. We have the Second Amendment, which can never be infringed, because not to protect ourselves from our neighbors, although we can, or from a bad guy walking down the street. It's to protect ourselves from very bad people who have too much power. Okay? We called those people tyrants back in the olden days. If you read history books, we call them bad kings. The kings, nobody got to vote for the king. They just had a baby and then they gave a bunch of money and power to their son. And so they were just psychopaths with way too much money and power. So we broke off, came here to America, said nobody can be a psychopath, chop off our heads, enslave us. We have People can vote here. We have rights, and we are locked all the time. We are loaded. So in case you guys want to come and take this land, in case you guys want to pull some tricks or scams on us, enslave us, take away our rights so that you can do whatever you want with us, like the bad tyrant old king, you can't. It's a wall for bad guys saying we got rights, we got a military, and we're also loaded. Because in America, we stay loaded all the time. Because we stay free. This country always stays free. Try us. Look around and find out. Freedom. America, always.
Man, we definitely need that, man. In the video clip before that, monkeys with herpes, man, brown bears or black bears, man, river otters, man, come on, man, the crocodiles, I mean, alligators, all that, man, that is crazy, man. That's a bad place to be in. It's dangerous all around you, man, for real, for real. And we need the Second Amendment. We need those. We need to have our guns, man, to protect our families and ourselves, for sure.
All right, just stop for one moment. So I know everybody's been talking about this Mandela effect, right? And I found an original Monopoly game, okay? I was out live streaming at the thrift store on my live stream, and I took everybody out to see kind of where I go shopping and everything, and one of the people said, "Hey Chris, did you see that old school Monopoly game in the back?" And I was like, "No, I didn't." They said, "Well, dude, open that up and see if the Monopoly dude has a monocle." All right, do you guys remember him having a monocle, or did he not have a monocle? Well, check this out. Okay, so as you can see, this is a super old Monopoly game. Made in Canada. I'm not sure exactly how old this one is, but you can tell, bro, this thing is old. Oh. Man. Let's open this up together and see if the Monopoly dude has a monocle or he doesn't. Okay. Wow, this thing is so old. I'm gonna put it up on the counter here. Okay, so this is it. This is the box. And I guess apparently there's like a Mandela effect or something. So these aren't the original pieces, but I think this. I think these are the cards people are talking about here. So I think that's the banker there, chat. Is that who's supposed to have the monocle or what? Maybe it might be... Has all the original instructions. Okay, he's not on there. He's not on any of that. We might have to go through, let's just see this. Okay, here's another original paper here. This is just the French version, I guess. Okay, well, let's just go through these cards and see what happens. So, this one here, he doesn't have it. This one here, he also doesn't have it. He doesn't have it in that one. He doesn't have it in any of the cards, yo. What the heck? I swore that he had a monocle. But homies, in this old game, card after card, he doesn't have it.
Oh, gee.
9 of them. Look. This is a super old game. Guys, let me know what you think. What the heck is going on? No monocle. Is the Mandela effect really true? I don't know. What the heck? Guys, drop me a comment. Let me know what you think.
Now, where all my OG Monopoly fans at? My people that old school, my OG, you know what I'm saying? The OGs of this Monopoly stuff. The OGs, the old school. Y'all know what I'm getting at. To know about this Monopoly, man. Let me know about that. Was that official, like a referee with a whistle, or what? Like I always say, DONCOOZIE, I'm out. Holla.